Hello, let me start off by saying this review has been tough for me to do because this TV is almost perfect. So, just to be clear, I'm not being paid to say what I will say here, and I have no relation to LG. But no matter how I approach this review, this TV is the best TV I have ever used and also my favorite computer monitor ever. It is amazing for gaming, it has great colors and great depth, and it's not even crazy expensive anymore. So, should you get one while you can? Let's talk about that. Time to level up. Welcome, I'm Razumasu, and this is the LG C10 or CX, whatever you want to call it. As a lifelong geek, I'm here to help you level up your knowledge about tech. So if you want to know more about phones, computers, gaming gear, cameras, or audio equipment, I'm your guy, and this is the channel you should subscribe to. I have been using the LG CX for almost a year now, and it is one of my favorite devices. I have the 48-inch version because I wanted to use it as a PC monitor, but it is also available in a 55 and a 65-inch version. LG has released a new version called the C1 because after 10 comes 1. I don't know, naming is hard. The updates on the C1 compared to the CX are quite small. So if you want to save a buck or two, I would recommend getting the CX instead of the C1. I mainly bought this TV because of its true 120Hz and its support for HDMI 2.1. That's what all the new gaming consoles and the RTX 3000 series graphics cards use, and of course all of those have been impossible to buy in these crazy times, but with this TV, at least you are sure that it has support far into the future. For the specs, we have a 4K 120Hz, and this is true 120Hz, not upscaled or gimmicky like on some other TVs. The TV has adaptive sync with variable refresh rates, and it supports G-Sync as well. It has an auto low latency mode, which you should absolutely use when gaming or using it as a monitor. This mode will literally remove all the classic TV latency you have come to hate. It has HDR10, Dolby Vision, and dynamic tone mapping. Phew, that was a lot of technical specs. It doesn't support DTS audio, but it does have support for other surround modes. I find the speakers to be very good and have actually switched away from my PC speakers because I find the audio in the TV to be better than the Logitech speakers I was using. Gaming on this TV is amazing. You can hook up your PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X or RTX 3000 series card and get a sweet 120Hz in 4K with adaptive sync, if you've actually managed to get a hold of one of those. But the PlayStation 4 Pro that I have looks incredible as well. Games like Ghost of Tsushima with the amazing colors and smooth animations, or Days Gone, just pull you into their world when using this TV. I have found myself losing hours in these games again, even though I finished them both long ago. The TV just makes the games incredible immersive. Does that even make sense to say? Oh well, it's true. Even if you have an older console or PC attached to the TV, you will experience greater visuals because the LG CX is able to upscale the output of those. And it works very well. I'll spare you the details on how they do it, but it involves the buzzword AI. So even if you don't have the latest surround systems, gaming consoles, or latest graphics cards, this TV will support it. And it will be able to scale with your other devices when you eventually pick those up. In other words, the TV is future-proof. Let's talk about movies. I consume all my movies and series from streaming services, and this TV has them all. I've been using Netflix, HBO Max, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, my own Plex media server, and Apple TV Plus to watch content. They all perform perfectly, and the image sharpness is great on all of them. Now that I've mentioned the Apple TV app, I should also mention that the TV has inbuilt AirPlay, so you can stream directly from your Apple devices, including share your Mac or iOS device screens directly to the TV. This is great for showing off photos in that sweet 4K resolution. The TV has all the settings you could possibly want, from different picture profiles to audio profiles, to customize delay settings, to accessibility features, and well, the list just goes on. I won't go through all the settings here, but rest assured, if you don't want to touch the settings and just have it work, you can do that. But if you want to adjust the fine details, there's a lot of options for doing that. The firmware and software on the TV updates itself at regular intervals. Actually, I have never owned a TV before that updated itself so much as this one. It is clear that LG is focusing on providing value for a long time, because it is not just bugs being fixed, but new apps being added and older apps being optimized. The way the updates happen is when you turn on your TV, it tells you there's an update. And the next time you turn it off, the TV will update itself. Easy. And of course you can turn off automatic updates in the settings if you want. So what about the bad stuff? And this is where it gets tricky, because I have to be really nitpicky to find things I think is bad, but there is a few things. The first thing is not the TV itself, but the stand it comes with. As you can see, I have put mine up on the wall, but actually I prefer having TVs on stands so I can move them easily. But the stand for the LG CX was just massive. The part behind the TV is nearly 30 centimeters deep, which means your TV will be quite far away from the wall. In my case, it meant that the TV had to stand right in the middle of my 60 centimeter wide desk, so that was a no-go. The stand is very high quality though. Another thing that can be a bit annoying if you're really nitpicky is that every time you start a game, the TV detects it and switches into super low latency mode. When it does that, you get this pop-up in the corner for a few seconds telling you about it. It always shows up during the initial game load screens, but if you're playing on a computer and you tap out of the game and back in, then it will pop up again. Finally, the TV is not a PC monitor. I guess that's kinda obvious, but a lot of people just use it as a monitor, so I have to mention this. But this means that it lacks a feature that even the cheapest computer monitor has: auto off. The TV will not turn itself off when you turn off your computer. You have to use the remote. The TV will eventually auto turn off based on a setting in the menus, but it can easily stay on for an hour or two before turning off. Also, when you turn on your computer, well, you need to use the remote to turn on the TV. But if you can live with these things, then the TV is an absolute steal to the price it is currently being sold at. Use it as a monitor, use it for gaming console, or just use it as a regular TV, it won't disappoint you. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like it, feel free to let me know in the comments and subscribe to the channel if you feel so inclined. I hope to see you again soon. This is Razumazu signing off.